Alright guys, here is a Windmere 12-inch oscillating desk fan model DF12 from the mid-1990s. I got this fan from the curb last year, and this thing has been going through some work for the past few months. So for starters, when I first got it, I accidentally had a mishap with the motor. What happened is, as I was replacing the thermal fuse, the leads that go to the motor ripped off, so I had to install a new motor. So it has this now has a Lasco motor. Now this one is a different motor from what it had. It previously had the motor from the Lasco model 2000, but I had to switch it up again, and that is because the motor cover on another fan from the 1990s, it was brittle, so I switched it up. So that motor cover now resides on that Air King fan right there, if you can see it. That is the motor cover from the Lasco Model 2000. Does not have the motor though. Now this entire motor assembly came from the Lasco 2150 from 94. And the thing is that I took that fan apart because the base broke. And I was having a hard time getting another one, so that is the only option I had to come up with. And this fan works fine now. It actually performs a lot better. I did some work with the blade pitch to increase it a bit, because when it was sort of flat, if you remember, you might not notice, but it now has more pitch. Has a different neck bracket now. I still have the original. It's just that I want to swap it because that one is smaller, and I need to accommodate the motor with the oscillating rod and make sure it functions properly. And another part from that, I got a new rubber feet at the bottom, which are screwed in. It did not have these before, so this fan would slide off if this was to be out of bounds, which good thing it is not out of bounds, but yeah. And one thing I did to it, I got it a new sticker. So that is what it looks like. And despite not being the same color as the color of the keyboard set or the blade, it still looks a lot better now. I lost the original one as I was bringing this thing to my house, so yeah, that's what happened with it. It did have it. Now, one thing to know, the reason why this is from the mid-90s is because, despite it having the older badge, the older logo, the plate on this had the newer logo. And apart from that, this now has a polarized plug. The older one that I had previous to this one did not have it. So yeah, that's how you know this is from the mid-90s. Especially with everything having polarized plugs and stuff. Oh, let me look for this airflow tester, which okay, there it is. So we're going to start this up now, so let's start with the low. Now this fan does have a quiet low speed, and it is very powerful too. Yeah, the airflow on low is actually quite decent. It is very gentle, but it is still strong enough to keep cool around the area. Medium. And just look at that airflow change. It is getting a bit more powerful now. Yeah, this thing, I can feel this across. And this thing is not really that much of a joke, too. high speed. Just look at that. That is really good performance right there. I think this would compete against the other Lascos from this time period, especially the 2150s or the Model 2000s, because this does perform really good. I mean, it is slightly out of balance, but it's not really an issue. Let's test the oscillations. Oh yeah, one thing to know, I also the front bearing on this front motor shell, I actually had to change it because the original one, it was already gutted. So, and this thing had a lot of wiggle room, so it was preventing the fan from running efficiently, which it now does. Yeah, these things really run good with Laska motors. It is very impressive. And it's a good thing too that I had a spare rear grill, because otherwise I would not be able to make this a thing. Below, it's making some creaky noises for some reason. But yeah, overall, these are not really bad fans, despite these being made in China. Because these were also being manufactured in Taiwan prior to the 1990s. Alright. It's making some weird creaky noises. I don't know what it is exactly, but I might need to check. It's back too high. And off. But yeah, these are really not bad fans. And as you can see there, it has a very good spin down timing. So that will be it for this fan. So that's the Windmere model DF12 12-inch oscillating desk fan from the mid 1990s.